For the first time in over a decade, the Cornell women's basketball team finds themselves in postseason play. Last weekend, the Big Red defeated Dartmouth by a score of 57-47 to finish 6-8 in conference play and clinch the fourth and final spot in the Ivy League tournament, held March 16th and 17th in New Haven, Connecticut. This is Cornell's first appearance in the tournament's 3-year history. Cornell didn't always appear to be destined for a spot in the tournament, which has been dubbed Ivy Madness by the league. A year after a 7-20 season, in which the team only won 3 conference games, Cornell was selected to finish 8th out of 8 teams in this year's preseason media poll. Despite finishing the non-conference schedule at 6-5, the Big Reds started their conference slate at 1-5 and seemed to be a long shot at making Ivy Madness. That narrative began to shift at the halfway point in league play, when Cornell swept Brown and Yale on the road for the first time since the 2015-16 season. The Big Red followed that up with 2 close road games at eventual league co-champions, Princeton and Penn. While moral victories don't improve a team's standing in the league, Cornell turned some heads that weekend by storming back from a 25-point deficit in the fourth quarter at Princeton, before ultimately falling to the Tigers by 4. With newfound confidence in their ability, the Big Red sent their lone senior, Samantha Clement, out of Newman Arena with 2 victories over Yale and Brown on her senior weekend. These wins pulled Cornell into a 3-way tie for the last spot in Ivy Madness and set the stage for a dramatic regular season finale. Cornell visited Harvard last Friday, hoping to win in Cambridge for the first time in program history, but the Crimson hit the ground running en route to an 80-38 Harvard win. The Big Reds' tournament hopes were still alive, provided that they beat Dartmouth the following night in a winner-take-all matchup. While some teams may have been shaken by the previous night's result, Cornell proved unfazed, sprinting out to a 12-2 lead. Dartmouth battled back, and the Big Red found themselves down by 3 points to the Big Green entering the final frame. Stingy defense, coupled with double-digit points from 3 players, however, vaulted Cornell past Dartmouth and into the history books as the first Big Red squad to qualify for Ivy Madness. That brings us to the present. At 6 p.m. tonight, Cornell will take the court at Yale University's Lee Amphitheater against the number 1 seed Princeton, which boasts a 12-2 conference record, a 10-game win streak, and 2-time Player of the Year, Bella Allery. While at first glance the Big Red may appear to be underdogs, this is nothing new to them. They didn't bring in any 5-star recruits this year. They were picked to finish dead last in the conference. They are the lone Ivy tournament qualifier with a sub-500 conference record. Simply put, nobody expected them to be here. And yet, here they are. For WVBR News, this is Laura Bagwell-Katalinich.